Hello. Hello. It's me. I thought in that moment, which was why I was about a few seconds too late, I was going to get Rudy Red to come on my lap and then you could meet him. But Rudy Red, no, he's disappeared again. But he's been around. And things are, I have to say, things are settling down with the new Pusscat. We're getting Iggy, my other ginger fluff ball, who is a fluff ball, has been showing off his wonderful operatic voice. So we've been getting lots of and all of that kind of stuff. And good evening from Winchester. Rudy Red. Yes, Rudy Red. It's all good stuff. And it's so lovely to see so many of you here. He's gone. He's gone that way. And he lives in my sofa. But I found out from his mummy, or his first mummy, that he loves dark places. So that kind of makes sense. Oh, Evita, thank you. I presume you're talking to me. I look smoking hot. Anyway, welcome, because here I am, and it's the week ahead for the 17th of December till the 23rd, because next weekend I shall do the week ahead on the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd, because Sunday is Christmas Eve, and I think we're all going to be kind of otherwise engaged on the 24th. So Mimini, hi. Laurie, hi. Cosmic Family, I like that name. Glad the cats are getting on and settling down. Annabelle, oh, thank you. Well, I thought a little bit of festive cheer. And this afternoon, I recorded or pre-recorded the full moon in Cancer. So Techie Jerry's got that now. And that's on the 26th, 27th of January. So that'll be up in the next couple of days. So hello, Karuna, Pisces Sun, Taurus Rising. When will I get a job? Oh, my love, I don't know whether I can tell you that without seeing your chart. You'd have to let me see your chart. I think you have to apply for them first. If you apply for jobs, then that gives you a kind of a bit of a head start. What is your new necklace? Well, I've got my star on, my lovely star, and then I've got my penny. This is on the sweater, and then this is, whoops, hang on, let me put that one down. This is PPP, and this is Positive Planetary Penny, or Pensioner Planetary Penny. This was Team Penny gave me this for my birthday back in 2020. And then I have a little cross which belonged to my mother. So I've suddenly decided I want to put this on. The purple. Oh, the purple is the PPP, Positive Planetary Penny. Because when Andrea first found me on Facebook, groveling around doing lives, she said, let's call you Planetary Penny. And so I was Planetary Penny. So anyway, right. So just to tell you that this is the week ahead live till the 23rd. Then I will be doing the 23rd till the 30th. And then, no, I won't be doing one on the 31st. I will be doing the following week ahead on the 30th, because the 31st is New Year's Eve. And we're all going to be out partying, aren't we? Well, possibly not, but we'll see about that. Anyway, how are you? And how are you all managing life? Well, we've got, hi, Steve. Steve Bowden, your email to me was hilarious. Thank you so much for making me laugh when I was having my breakfast. It was just, oh, hi. I can't say your name, but I'll just call you the Viking. Yes, 22nd of December. Yeah, we're there. We're booked in. We're booked in. Oh, listen, let me tell you a little bit of business, because we now have the online booking system working on the website, which is pennydix.com. And so all future appointments have to be made via the website booking system. And this is going to take a lot of pressure off me. I've finally come out of Jurassic Park and shed my dinosaur skin and admitted to Andrea that I can't cope without an automated booking system. So we now have an automated booking system. So that is helpful. So basically you go there and you do all the stuff and you pay online, and it does, and then I get an email telling me when you're booked in. So don't worry if you're booked in January and February. I've done it manually. From March onwards, it's through the booking system. I hope that makes sense. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, not partying. So sad for your goat sign. Thank you, Laurie. Yes, it is. It was necessary. It was really necessary. Yeah, because, Mercury retrograde over the whole of the next 2 to 3 weeks, because remember, it doesn't go direct until the 2nd of January. So we're going to have a bit of a kind of, I just think things get cancelled. People don't show up. Things get rearranged. I just think you have to expect the unexpected over the next couple of weeks with any arrangements you're making for Christmas and New Year and the whole holiday festive season, because it's just going to be not what we expect. Lady Anne, how is the kitty doing? Well, he was around my feet when we started. I thought I might be able to lure him onto my lap, but I failed. But he is settling in. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Apart from Iggy's operatic wailing, which goes on every now and then, which is really lovely. So do you want to know what the energy is like today? Because I think that could be a good place to start. Yes, a much needed downtime, slowing down to the, because also, hello, Jay, you follow from across the pond. Joyce, hello in Phoenix, Arizona. And so let's know how's today, because for us here in Europe and the UK, then we have nearly finished the day. So, but for you guys over the pond in the United States of America, you have a whole day to get through. And you need to know that the moon is waxing crescent today in Aquarius, and a little bit later, it moves into Pisces, my oceans of emotions. There is one aspect today that we all need to watch out for. So the sun in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, remember, and we don't get the sun moving into Capricorn till Friday, but the sun in Sagittarius today is squaring, hard aspect, to Neptune in Pisces. Now, Neptune rules Pisces, which is good. And Neptune is about, it can be quite romantic. It can be about longing, about yearning, about desire. It can be about deception, confusion, illusion. All of those kind of elements can be incorporated into understanding what Neptune means. Now, the fact that Neptune is being squared by the sun, which, as I've said, is our soul, our beating heart of our solar system, is quite challenging. So it may be today that people get disappointed, that things don't quite work out the way they had imagined, because remember, Neptune is a little bit about the imagination. So we may have that kind of energy around today. So just be mindful of that. I think give people a bit of slack. We are, we're now into a Mercury retrograde phase. So we have this slowdown. And, I did talk about this in my full moon, which clearly you haven't seen because it's not uploaded on my site yet. But I will tell you about it again because it was really interesting. But yesterday, I went out with a friend, as we often do on a Saturday, because she helps me with my shopping, carrying, because I'm not allowed to carry anything heavy at the moment. And so what happened was we went to our usual kind of cafe bistro to have a panini and a glass of something. And I suddenly realized I didn't have my watch on. Now, up until that point, I kept saying, oh, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I don't know. I just haven't got enough time to do anything. I haven't got enough time to do my videos. I haven't got enough time. Haven't got enough time. And then I thought, oh, what am I doing? What is this message I'm giving the universe? That I'm running out of time. This is not cool, kind of working with the law of attraction energy. This is not good. Thank goodness I kind of stepped back, and then I realized I didn't have my watch on. And I thought, and then actually what happened to me, I panicked. Because this does my steps, my heart, my this, my that, my everything, I panicked because I was out of control. Quite frankly, I was out of control. Listen, I'm fixed. I'm Taurus. I'm quite happy to admit that I am a little bit into being in control. This was an enormous lesson that Saturn gave me yesterday. Yes, Rav 2024, time is on our side, but I couldn't see that yesterday. And I think the universe gave me one big, big lesson. Because as I kind of got into that energy and started thinking about it, I thought, what's going on with me? Why am I panicking? Because I don't have my watch. Because I have my phone. That's my cat Iggy. That I have the time on. So I can tell the time. But I actually felt out of control. Now, I tell you this story because it links in with the fact that Saturn is going to be making some quite challenging aspects to the upcoming full moon, which I will do a live about as well next week. Because what it means is that we need to respect, it's like old father time. We have to, yes, we have to slow down. We have to stop. There's this energy, isn't there, around Christmas and New Year and this whole holiday season. I've got to get this. I've got to get that. Oh my God, I haven't got a gift for so-and-so. Did I send those cards? What do I do? Where's everyone going to sit? Will so-and-so get on with so-and-so? And we get ourselves into a terrible mess. God, it's exhausting. It's supposed to be a holiday. It's supposed to be fun. Where is the fun in any of this? So The lesson I was given yesterday by the cosmos was timely. It was reminding me that I need to slow down, let go, take from my story what belongs to you, because there will be elements of my story that sit on your lap. But I realized I have to let go and take control. I had to get out of my own way. Luckily, my friend that was with me, I mentioned her before, she's a hypnotherapist. She sat there and she said, Penny, will you just breathe? And she made me breathe. 3 long breaths in, 3 long breaths out. And that helped. But it was a real lesson. And so let me see what you're talking about here. Mindful of our thoughts, narrative on how to calm ourselves with time. Yeah, we have to. And this Sun in Sagittarius square Neptune today is a little bit also like Neptune diffuses everything. It clouds everything so that we can't see what's in front of us. It's like being in a fog. And we have to trust that. We have to trust it. I like that. Native time is a watch with no hands. And, then it makes me wonder, am I a victim of the media sales techniques of, buy this watch because this watch is really cool. And this will tell you this and it will give you control over this and this and this. And yeah, I probably am. So what can I do? I'm human, but at least I'm becoming aware of it. So that's Sunday the 17th. Let's look at tomorrow, Monday the 18th, because Monday the 18th, we have the moon waxing crescent in Pisces. Remember, we are now building up to a full moon next week. It's 26th, 27th, depending what part of the planet you live in. So that is, I love that, Lady Anne. You tell the time by the sun. I know. I don't know how I change this in myself, because I find it so hard to let go of that control. So thank you with the red. I like my red. Christmas red. Really is Christmas red, isn't it? So Monday, we've got retrograde Mercury in Capricorn trining Jupiter in Taurus. Now, the moon, remember, is in Pisces. So this is our oceans of emotions. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. This sounds like, as it trines Jupiter in Taurus, somebody doing this. You know what you should do. You should. So if anyone on Monday starts saying, you should do this, you should do that, Jupiter is just expanding it. And it's like, because remember, Mercury's retrograde. So Mercury is going back over old ground. It's like what it's bringing up is not relevant to now. So there's just this sense that we have to not allow our thoughts to get into what I call distorted thinking. with the shoulds, the oughts. There's another really good one, which is he should do XYZ. Because in my day, when I was brought up, that's what you had to do. Remember, we are all brought up in very different ways, in very different cultures. And if only we could accommodate each other's different cultures, habits, and rules. Everybody has their own set of rules within a culture, let alone culture against culture. So you've got this energy of basically, distorted thinking. Distorted thinking is such a hugely misunderstood part of cognitive thinking, cognitive behavior. And it would keep the doctors' waiting rooms much emptier if a lot of us actually understood about the way our minds work and the way our thinking affects our feelings and affects our bodies. So, what's this? The Baroness Moan scandal? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. So sorry, I can't help with that. Manuela Orchid, you love Christmas and you're in the middle of decorating your living room. Oh, that's lovely. That's wonderful. I suppose I should have a little bit of, I don't know, Christmas decoration behind me. Sorry about that. I didn't kind of think about it. I do know where they are. I will go and rectify that. But so I'm just saying that we have to be mindful of the way we think, because we've all got different sets of rules, and I have a different set of rules to all of you. It doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. It means my rules are different and your rules are different. And they all have a validity within their own context. So sometimes that can help us to move through difficult situations with people where we get caught in the small stuff, in petty arguments, because there is a little bit of that about at the moment, because Mars is going to come up to be conjunct retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius, and that's really quite tough. That's a tough one. But more of that later. Let's go on to Tuesday, because Tuesday is just, there's no major aspects, but the first quarter moon is in Pisces, and then the moon moves into Aries. Now, Wednesday the 20th, here we go, guys. Do you remember the gibbous eyes? I love your gibbous eyes, because we have waxing gibbous moon in Aries. Yes, Anne Salins, we have to be mindful of the words we speak. Intuition is more powerful than knowledge. I love that. I love that. Thank you for that, Manuela. Yes, we're back to the gibbous eyes. So I love your gibbous eyes. Do I have gibbous eyes? So anyway, so that's Wednesday. So the moon is in Aries and we have the waxing gibbous eyes. Thursday, we're still waxing gibbous Aries. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is sextile Saturn in Pisces. Now, this is an opportunity on Thursday. So this is the day before the winter solstice. Thursday is a good day to have discussions with someone where you need to go over something that has previously been misunderstood of an emotional context and make it better. Because next week, when we have the full moon in Cancer, on the same day a bit later, wonderful Chiron, our wounded healer, goes direct and is making an excellent aspect to some of the other planets in that full moon. So Thursday, with this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces, good time to revisit conversations where things have got left kind of hanging, kind of, just not doing so well. And Anne Sayland is asking me, how is Rudy Red doing? We are getting there. I know from talking to a lot of people that are very knowledgeable about cats that it can take up to 3 months for a cat to enter a kind of colony. And remember, there were 4 cats here already, and now we have 5. But Rudy Red's finding his feet. He's beginning to get his confidence, and he's settling in. He seems to have this kind of routine now where in the day he hides in the sofa. He wants to do that. But when I met his mummy last week, his first mummy, she said he did that at our place. And, so she said, so actually that was quite good, because I thought, well, he's not really then doing anything different. And so I'm a little bit more relaxed about it. And he comes to me at night and he sleeps with me. And sometimes some of my other gang of cats sleep on the bed. It's only our operatic singer, Iggy Fluffball, who is a red Iggy Fluffball, who does the kind of singing that really is kind of like, lovely. Bless him. Anyway, so Thursday also, actually Thursday the 21st is a day you need to be mindful of. I must stop pointing and wagging my finger. It's very rude. Thursday, oh, stop it, Penny. Thursday, Iggy Fluffball, he is a fluffball, he really is. Thursday, we've also got Venus, remember, our planet of love, relationship, value, self-worth, and money, in Scorpio, which is opposite the sign it rules, which is Taurus. So you've got to remember it's in what is known as its fall. So Venus can be a little bit, well, sometimes she can get out of her depth in Scorpio, but sometimes she just loses her sense of boundaries. That's my take on it. And will try anything with the opposite sex. So Venus in Scorpio is opposite retrograde Uranus. Uranus, our planet of the unexpected. Uranus, our planet of innovation, surprise, eruptions, earthquakes. Retrograde in Taurus. They're opposite. This could be sudden breakups in relationships. So, if you have a relationship that's been going through a bit of a dodgy time, I'd steer well clear of each other on Thursday if you want to preserve it. So, hi, Cheryl, it's good to see you. The cats are settling. Yeah, and I'm going to do a live on the 22nd for the winter solstice, because I thought, well, why not? So I'm doing a live at actually 6 o'clock Central European time. So half an hour earlier than this one tonight. And then on Saturday, I will do the week ahead which is the 23rd. Yes, 23rd for the week ahead. So that'll be at 6:30. So Thursday's a day to be a little bit careful, because our energies could be a bit fractious, a bit shattered, a bit splintered. Probably part of it will be if you've got a family and you've got to get everything ready for Christmas and it's all down to you again, and you are rushing around trying to get everything ready, and there just feels like there's going to be some unexpected things that happen that are difficult. Be careful, actually, with that Venus in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. You don't panic buy. You don't rush out and buy something that is way much more than you would have paid for something, for a gift for Auntie Penny, for example. So just be careful. Be mindful of that, because there's something about this as it's like we get into this collective energy as we get closer and closer to Christmas. And we're all going, oh, I've just got to get everything done and I've got to do it. Listen, I'm not even having anyone over for a meal. I'm going out for a meal with a friend. And I feel the panic. And, it's crazy. There is a kind of craziness, but it's almost like, and this is where I think we can see clearly that Jung's perception of the collective unconscious, and let's call it the collective consciousness, was spot on, because we are all interconnected. We are like a hive mind, to use a Star Trek analogy for the Borg. We are like a hive mind. We are all interconnected. And the fact that we think we are separate is almost like a delusion. It's that Neptune, just not really doing what it should do, squaring the sun in Sagittarius. So we are connected on frequencies and levels that we have absolutely no concept of yet. But from next year, when Pluto fully moves into Aquarius, oh my goodness, are we going to be aware of how interconnected we are? Remember, Aquarius rules the community at large. Pluto brings in transformation, and Pluto is also about personal empowerment. We won't need these soon to connect with each other. I will just think of you, Annabelle Sapphire, and the thought will come into your head, oh, Penny's doing a live in half an hour. I must go and see that, for example. Just saying, but I just think that there is so much that is going to unfold for us in the coming months and years. So it is super exciting. So yes, it's the same with the ecosystem. That's right, Christine. Collective, same ecosystem. And, there's I'm not quite sure if he's called a biologist and I'll get this wrong, but let's call him a scientist, Rupert Sheldrake. And Rupert Sheldrake was the first scientist to pen the idea and write about the idea of what you may all have heard of as the 100 monkey theory, which is that a group of monkeys in the jungle down in Africa, let's just put it in context, lived a certain way for many, many years. And then one day, one of those monkeys that was used to eating potatoes that were buried in the ground, had grown in the ground, with all the mud on them, was sitting by a stream. And the monkey had the potato in his hand with the mud, and he looked at the potato, and he looked at the stream, and he thought, I'll wash it. All the monkeys in that group simultaneously started to clean their potatoes in the stream. But not only that, and this is something that he coined the phrase morphic resonance. His name is Rupert Sheldrake. You can Google him, excuse me, and look him up. All the other monkeys in all the other groups all around the world started cleaning their vegetables, sweet potatoes, whatever, in the nearest stream. This is called evolution. And the human race is on the brink, is on the verge of going through one of these massive consciousness shifts. It's super exciting. It really is. And so I also, there's a wonderful book that Rupert Sheldrake, the morphic resonance guy, wrote, which is called The Sense of Being Stared At. And I know all of you will have had this experience, where if you stand behind someone in a queue and deliberately look at the back of their head, within a few seconds or within half a minute, they will turn. We know, we pick it up. There is so much that we don't yet acknowledge and understand about how the brain works, how our human consciousness works. And one of the things that we are going to learn more about with Pluto's final arrival in Aquarius is all these things. It's the transformation of human energy, of the collective. Monkey see, monkey do. Absolutely. Nice analogy. That's right. So, you know, there have been lots of these experiments over the years, and they kind of get lost. And I think we have all got a little bit lost in 2023 in the doing of what's going on planet Earth rather than in the being of what's going on inside our inner planet. Because of what happens in Ukraine, because of what's now happening in Israel and Gaza and Palestine. And we really do need to find the capacity to manage all of these energies and thoughts and lift ourselves a little bit higher. It's a little bit like going back to me yesterday going, I've run out of time, I've run out of time. I was like the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. And of course, we only run out of time if that's what we think. But I was just thinking, we've been given bad press on we've got all the time in the world, because I just immediately go to that song by Louis Armstrong that was used in a James Bond film. We have all the time in the world. And then, of course, they died. So that doesn't really give that kind of concept good press. And what a sad film. So instinct is hard to listen to, all the noise, but we must. Yes, Shirley, we must. We must. Let's move on, because we get now to Friday the 22nd and we're still waxing gibbous with those hooded eyelids. And the moon is in Taurus. And of course, it's the winter solstice. So we have the sun finally moving in to Capricorn. And with that energy, we have the longest night in the Northern Hemisphere and the longest day in the Southern Hemisphere, and vice versa. So it's a turning point, but I'm not going to talk about it now because I'm going to save that for Friday when I do my live. But the sun is in Capricorn conjunct Mercury retrograde in Capricorn that day, which I think is quite interesting because it's almost like saying to us, this is a point in time. It's a turning point. Feel it, live it, embrace it. Embrace this point in time. I have to answer Manuela Orchid, what is gibbous? It's not gibbous, gibbous moon. Gibbous means half-shaded eyes or half semicircle eyes. And we have a moon that is called a gibbous moon. And that is why it is called that. But I just want to go back to our point in time, which is when when the planet shifts. And I want to talk a little bit about the planet, because if you go on to websites like space.com or NASA, you will see that there has been a lot of solar activity. In fact, I was concerned that I might not be able to broadcast my live tonight because of the I suppose it's electromagnetic energy, the solar flare energy, the radiation that comes through to Earth. But there's been a lot of solar activity, and it's not reported, but it does affect us, and it does affect our satellites, and it affects us, and it affects our communications. And we just need, solar flares. Yes, Evita, solar flares. We just need to be mindful of that, because there is an energy that is yes, Evita, change is coming. But the thing is, we are able to see these things more clearly now. We've always had solar flares, but the solar activity, I was actually listening to the lovely astrologer Molly McCord, and she did a short which was just saying that the solar activity that we're getting now, and if I've got this right, was actually predicted for more like 2025 and not 2023, 24. So that we're getting that activity happening now. I just think it's something we have to be mindful of, not to worry about, just be mindful of. Right, Evita, it's made you tired. Molly McCord is a lovely, lovely astrologer. If there are any of you out there that have not watched her, she's just a gem. She's an absolute sweetheart. So let's move on to Saturday the 23rd, when we still have a waxing gibbous moon in Taurus. And on the 23rd, Mercury, our planet of communication, moves back into Sagittarius. And also on this day, so it won't be conjunct Mars yet, that's nearer to the full moon on the 26th, 27th. But Mars in Sagittarius, Mars, remember, god of action, energy, assertion, war, arguments. Mars in Sagittarius is trining the North Node in Aries. So there's something about the solstice and the energy around the 23rd and the 22nd, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, which is good for kind of setting those intentions that propel us into the future, even though we don't really know what the future for any of us holds. So, oh, thank you. You love the newsletter. Yes, please sign up to my website if you want to get my newsletter. I'm sure it will be forwarded to you if you haven't already signed up to my website. Yes, I finally wrote the newsletter. Didn't take me long, actually. Andrea tweaked it, or Team Penny, as she likes to be called now. So she tweaked it for me, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. So Mars in Sagittarius trining the North Node in Aries. Look at your own charts if you know your chart. And I know some of you don't, but if you do want to understand a little bit more about your chart, I do have an astrological beginner's guide to understanding your natal chart on my website to purchase, and it's $19.99, so it's not very much, and it's got some videos in it that with me talking, of course, wittering on, but you know, it's you don't have to be a great astrologer to understand your chart. You just need to understand the basics. And if you can just track the movement of the moon in your own chart, it can really equip you with kind of understanding things in broader detail for yourself about you, about your chart. So if your North Node, Maria, is in Aries, you will be having a nodal return, which is pretty significant. Hi, Janice. Yeah, rewatch. Well, I'll probably be watching it when you're watching it, because I will get myself off to my nice warm electric blanket bed shortly after this, and watch this back and see what mistakes I made. So, oh yes, and by the way, the full moon, the video that will be out in a couple of days, oh, I made some bloomers, but I just said, you know what, everybody, I'm not editing them out. They'll just have to stay there. They're there. So, oh God, what's being said? Vicky, darling. Hello, Vicky, darling. Yeah, it does help to read your natal chart. And, you know, if there's any problems, you know, you can always book a session and I can explain the basics as well as read your chart and the transits. But understanding your natal chart really helps a lot to navigate us through life. And I think, you know, when Uranus moves into Gemini, which is in, I think it's 2026, 27, you know, astrology is going to take off, because Gemini is an air sign and Uranus rules Aquarius, which is an air sign. And it's just going to take off. And people are going to realize that it's a tool to help them navigate life. It's as important as a compass telling you north, south, east, and west. Remember, there's nothing so unusual about what we're doing with astrology. Farmers 100 years ago planted their fields and their seeds ruled by the moon. It was called the Farmer's Almanac. I've mentioned that before, but there was a little pamphlet that was published, I think, once a month, that told them the transits of the moon and the best time to plant their seeds or harvest them. And we've been doing this for thousands of years. And it's only in the last probably 80 or 90 years that people have kind of gone so mechanized, automated, and not understood what I would call the earth sciences. The sciences that are, oh yes, you could use my new booking system. How exciting is that? I don't know how to use it, so I hope you do. but things are happening, and I'm getting pings on my mobile, so I know things are happening. What's this? Penny, you should know by now that we don't care about any boo-boos. It's what makes your show so personable. Thank you, darling. Astrologically, we will learn. Everything helps. Exactly. And, this week in general, just to kind of start bringing things to a conclusion, this week in general is, I just think, take it one day at a time and take time. Where I was saying yesterday, I'm running out of time. If you hear yourself saying that, stop it. Just say, there is enough time to get everything done. That we have enough time. There is plenty of time. Because, time is this kind of malleable thing that we can stretch and move and kind of just blend with it and move with it. So, just go with it. This week is, I think that we're going to see stuff more on a personal level. So you can report back to me at the end of the week when we do the winter solstice, because I had a lovely steak. You had a lovely steak, daughter, for weekend? I'm not quite sure what you're going. You ate your daughter? Is that legal in Ireland? I'm just asking. So stepdaughter. Oh, you had a lovely stepdaughter for the week. Autocorrect. What would we do without it? Listen, guys, you are all absolutely, as usual, awesome. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you. Go and enjoy the day or the evening or the morning or whatever time of the day is for you. Thank you, as usual, for being here. Thank you for joining me. I will see you on Friday for the winter solstice, and then we will take it from there. But in the meantime, thank you, Vicky, darling. And I'm going to go and cuddle up with Rudy Red in bed, because we do like our cuddles. Iggy Fluffball gets a little bit annoyed, but he'll get over it. He's just got to get over himself, and he will. See you Friday. Yes, Maria, absolutely. Quickly checks diary. No, I'm sure you're in my diary. Yes. Yes, I think you are. Yes, it's all coming back to me. Oh, check. Don't worry. Don't panic. I'm panicking. Anyway, listen, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And by the way, thank you to any of you that are new subscribers. Have you seen how it's suddenly gone whoosh? So thank you all so much. I really appreciate. Sweet dreams. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I just need a little bit of sleep. Sleep time for Penny. So love you all loads. And I really look forward to seeing you at the end of the week. Have a great week. And just relax and know that there is plenty of time. Night, night, guys. See you soon. Bye.